Okay then, guys, I have had no time to tell anyone I'm live. Um, what are we gonna do? Let's get my YouTube sign up. There we go. There you go, mate. Welcome to the little shop, the old YouTube shop. Let's see if we can see a few more bits. There we go. Come on, let's get the shopping. Roll up, roll up. Who wants to buy any Elvis goodies? The funny thing is, my first ever business I did when I was 19, before I got into partnership with my brother, was a little gift shop. My first ever business. It was a market stall. So I'm doing it again, guys. I even sell books. Only joking, guys. Only joking. So I've been chatting to loads of people today. So me and Bridget Cruz joined each other, didn't we, on the live streams? Bridget Cruz did email me her 62-page lawsuit. I'll be honest with you, I can tell, especially on the third show, Hi Nat TV, I can tell on the third show that she joined us, Bridget Cruz, she's a bit upset, she's having a tough time. I could tell, yeah. So, my heart goes out to her for that. But you can't ignore the wrongdoing of the past, can you? As much as I feel sorry for Bridget Cruz also was part of the problem. Yeah, so it isn't straightforward, guys, because just because Priscilla changed her mind about the contracts, ghosted her, so because of it they've fallen out. What if Priscilla had not have changed her mind? What if Priscilla carried on with the contracts? Then would Bridget Cruz be fine with everything? So we have to understand there was wrongdoing before they fell out. Bridget and Priscilla together were partners in what they were doing. So, it's very hard for me to be very kind and friendly. They're not kind and friendly. That's the wrong way of putting it. It's very hard for me to care overly about what Bridget Cruz is going through if there's been harm done to Elvis and Lisa. Get it, guys? Does anyone understand that? So hi, guys. Welcome to Defending Elvis. Give people a chance to join on. So it's been a very long day. We've done a lot of lives today. 6, I reckon. This today has been my not tough. That's not wrong. No, it wasn't tough. It was long. We had a lot to go through. Yeah, I wouldn't call it tough. I actually found it very interesting. Because we're trying to learn, we're trying to understand, we're trying to almost investigate on behalf of poor Lisa, yeah, on behalf of Truth, on behalf of Elvis, yeah. So I still think things went on before Bridget and Priscilla fell out that shouldn't have gone on. This is what I think. Yeah, Stacey, you got a lot catching up to do. So anyway, guys, I was chatting to Amy, and Amy's in. Amy, I'm pretty sure, is with Rhonda at Presley Mania. I was chatting with her, and I got the same sort of answer. The answer I got from Amy is, you can't ignore what they've done together. You can't. I mean, I have spent that. So basically, Bridget Cruz, who might be watching now, Bridget, I spent out a good hour and a half reading the 62 pages. A lot of it is boring. A lot of it I skipped past. But I did read the main bulk of it. And Bridget, I'm sorry, Bridget, but you were involved with many things with Priscilla that I'm uncomfortable with, because I see it as an Elvis fan. As an Elvis fan, who had Elvis's back? Who had Lisa's back? Get it? Who had Riley's back? Yeah. We can see that there's all different agreements and contracts, and we can see that Priscilla was in a lot of trouble. The one thing I have learned through reading the 62, a lot of the 62 pages, through the discussions, through the tabloid stuff I've read, you know, the sort of social media stuff, is that Bridget did go out of her way to help Priscilla, who was in a lot of financial trouble. So Priscilla, by the looks of it, was $700, no, 700,000 in debt, with and her income had dwindled. There's even a bit there where she was helping herself. Priscilla was helping herself to money that wasn't even hers, that belonged to the trust. There's even a hint there that Elvis Presley Enterprises were not happy. There's even a hint there that there was quite a few things that she was doing that Priscilla was up to. So let me just let's get Facebook up, guys, and I'll try and explain some of it to you. So, you know, it's very hard for me to have any sympathy for Priscilla because the whole thing is a mess. You know, Priscilla has done some serious wrongdoing, hasn't she, guys? So let me see if I can find. I posted. Let me just see that you can see it, guys. First, right? Let me get it up for you. I posted some pages. I was skipping through it all. I was picking out the pages from the lawsuit that Bridget Cruz sent me. I was just trying to get a feel for it, and the more I read, the more I thought Bridget was too involved. You know, Bridget and her partner and her team of helpers. Yeah, they did spend thousands of hours, and they invested a lot of money to help Priscilla. They really did. I can tell that Bridget really did put Priscilla on a pedestal. Yeah, really admired her, looked up to her. You know, being Elvis's ex-wife. You know, and there's a lot of people that overly kiss Priscilla's ass. It does seem to me like Bridget was one of them. Yeah, as Christy, is that Christy? As you know. Hi, Jeanette in Canada. How you going? Welcome back. So the thing I'm trying to say, guys, is, you know, this obviously the accusations of Bridget Cruz are pretty horrible. Yeah, pretty mind blowing, saying that she intentionally didn't allow them to resuscitate Lisa, even though Lisa would have wanted to be resuscitated, because she wanted to be the queen of Graceland, to be the boss of Graceland. Yeah. These are very extreme accusations. I'm not saying they're not true. I'm saying they're going to need to be proved. I think it's going to be almost impossible to prove them. Yeah. Come on, guys. There's many people that are upset with Priscilla, but do we actually think she's capable of that kind of, you know, we're talking like a crime that you literally would go to prison for. Yeah. So let me just, actually, I'm just going to try and find a couple of pages and just read them to you guys. Now, I'm no Priscilla fan at all. So someone messaged this to me. I'll read it to you. Let me just check you can see it. Yeah, you can see it, guys. It says, this is Kevin Cully. Hi, Kevin. For years now, I have said nothing, and I mean nothing, would surprise me about the self-styled Elvis widow. She never was, but the media constantly described her as that. It's true. She was never a widow, but she acts like one. The media do describe her as a widow, which she is not. She's a divorcee. I think Priscilla acts as if she's still married to Elvis. I think Priscilla acts as if they were still married the day he died. I've always felt that. I also think that Priscilla acts as if they were both still very deeply in love when Elvis died and after the divorce. It's not true. They were not. And if anything, I would say Elvis probably didn't like her because of the second divorce settlement, because of the treatment of Lisa. So I would say that Elvis, leading up to his death, especially because of the deed of trust, the lien, the debt on Graceland's that was placed, I would say Elvis probably didn't even like Priscilla, which is probably why he demanded almost that she was not on his will, not in his will. So yeah, she acts like they were still married to the day he died. She acts as if she has been completely loyal and faithful to him, even from the divorce around 73, wasn't it, officially, till today. She acts like Elvis had no other girlfriends. She acts like she had no other boyfriends. It's ridiculous. The whole thing is a farce. She had many long-term boyfriends. Yeah. So the public are gullible. I know I don't even like to insult the public, but the public are so gullible. They just fall for it. They're like, oh, poor Priscilla, you know. Oh no, look what she went through, you know. When the truth is, absolute nightmare. Priscilla was a nightmare. She liked her men, she liked her money, even dabbled in a bit of coke and partying and sex parties. Come on, guys. Allegedly for entertainment purposes. If you were going to compare Elvis to Priscilla, I got a feeling that Priscilla would be the more naughty one. Elvis, he did obviously when he was touring and making movies, and when he was very young, you know, a teenager, when he first became a superstar. Yeah, he had some fun. He had lots of girlfriends, but he wasn't like Priscilla. He wasn't like Priscilla. I find Priscilla was very reckless. Yeah, Elvis treated his fans in the most beautiful way. Yeah, I don't think Priscilla does. Not in the way that Elvis does. Look at the charity. Look at the way that Elvis gives with his charity, with his generosity towards complete strangers, towards the people he grew up with, his family, his friends, the Memphis Mafia, people that worked for him, people that were around him. Look how generous Elvis was. Priscilla wasn't like that. Elvis would give 50 charities every Christmas. Boom. That's just what we know of. Elvis always kept it very secret how generous he was. Priscilla wouldn't do that. There is no comparison to Priscilla and Elvis. They're very different people. Yeah. So anyway, so let's carry on reading this comment. So she's a self-styled widow, which is true because she was never a widow. But the media constantly described her as that, and she corrected them. Lisa Marie, in all honesty, couldn't stand her mother, and understandably, in my views, Priscilla had two overriding things that she focused on: money and being Mrs. Presley, the Lady of Graceland. And I say this, guys, Priscilla was the Queen of Graceland for a good 30 to 40 years. Once she maneuvered herself into power, there's many reasons how she got herself there. Yeah. She was because Lisa would find things out, like the Barry Siegel situation is a joke. One of the things I read in the lawsuit was one of the highest paydays that Priscilla ever had was when Elvis Presley Enterprises, 85% of it was sold to the billionaire, Robert Silliman, whatever his name is. She was given a backhander of $1 million for the name Presley, even though it actually didn't belong to her because they were divorced. And I read in the lawsuit that was the largest amount of money she had ever been given. And that was to help Elvis Presley Enterprises, 85% of it, be sold off. It's worrying, isn't it, guys? Because I don't think Elvis Presley Enterprises should ever have been sold off. Graceland should have ever been rented to Elvis Presley Enterprises. I think it's shocking. Shocking. And even if you read Lisa's book, Lisa says that her and her mum got on well for a period. Let me just get your comments up. Lisa's mum said that she got on well for a period, and so Lisa says she got on well with her mother, Priscilla, for a period around 2005. Isn't this when she was doing a bit of touring? Is that right, guys? She was helping her on the bus. Is that right? Tell me if I'm wrong. And coincidentally, that's the same time when Elvis Presley Enterprises, 85% of it, is sold off. It's all of it is scary and shocking. Well, Christy, she definitely ran out of money. I'm going to try and show it you now. So, Bridget Cruz and Priscilla are happily doing business. Let's see if I can find the one I want. They're happily doing business. She's doing letters of recollection, items being sold at auction. This is a service that you could pay for with Priscilla. So I think Priscilla and Bridget are happily making money. A cozy little friendship. Eventually, there are problems for Priscilla. She's running out of money. She's overspending. So Bridget comes up with a plan to help. I'm just trying to have a look now. To help Priscilla. Now let's have a look. Let's read them one by one. So I took a few pictures of different things. Hi, MT. Yeah, can we, Jane, honestly, do not mention plastic surgery. I don't like it. I don't want to say anything insulting. We're going to keep things above board. Can you delete that comment, please? Remember, I'm very careful on what we say now. Right. So I'm going to read some of this. Right. I'll just wait for Jane to delete that comment. Right. We've got to keep it respectful, guys. Right. Right. So I found 4 pages that stood out to me. Let's see if I can read the first one. My eyesight. Remember, I don't allow name calling of any description on my channel. Okay, it's very important to me. Due to invoices and late payments with little prospect of future income, Priscilla also faced the threat of multiple lawsuits. So this is where things change in the relationship with Bridget Cruz and Priscilla. Instead of it being like a partnership where they're just making money together, it becomes, oh, Bridget is going to help me out of a hole, help me get out of financial difficulties. So this page stood out to me. Due to late payments with little prospect of future income, Priscilla also faced the threat of multiple lawsuits by her daughter, Lisa Marie Presley, for stealing $60,000 from the Promenade Trust. Now, do you hear what I just said? Part of Bridget Cruz's lawsuit is that Priscilla was stealing from her own daughter. Shocking, guys, but not a surprise. There was, and she was actually threatened by Lisa Marie with a lawsuit. I've heard this before. I've heard that Lisa had threatened Priscilla with lawsuits, including concerning the Priscilla film, Sofia Coppola's Priscilla film. So my throat's a bit husky, guys. And was threatened with lawsuits from ABG and Elvis Presley Enterprises. I think ABG isn't ABG one of the management companies that owns Elvis Presley Enterprises that work, and from her uncle's partner, also from she was involved in a contentious dispute with her daughter Lisa Marie over the proposed sale of a 25 million. Well, is that, because I know, is that the actual insurance policy that belonged to Lisa? Compensation, Cruz and Fialco. So Fialco is Bridget Cruz's partner and husband. I think there's a few associates, sprang into action to prevent Priscilla's from financial ruin and public embarrassment, since Priscilla's finances were in disarray and she was broke. Fialco retained tax counsel for Priscilla to resolve the threat of the lien against her home. So she was even almost going to have a lien placed on her home. They worked with tax attorneys and the IRS. She even had IRS problems to protect hundreds of thousands of dollars and worked to protect Priscilla from the threatened suits. So Bridget is showing that she is trying to help Priscilla get her out of trouble, but she's also showing that Priscilla stole 60,000 from the Promenade Trust, which belonged to Lisa. Now, remember, this is in her evidence. We can't class this as total truth, as actual fact. It's what she is saying. Yeah. Probably none of this has been proved. It would need to be proved. Remember, I'm a big thing. I'm big on let's prove what we're saying. Yeah. So none of this is proved. One issue Cruz and Kevin Fialko encountered was Priscilla was not the signature on her bank accounts at the City National Bank. Instead, only Priscilla's business manager were listed as signatures to her accounts. So would that be Barry Siegel? Yeah. This caused months of setbacks and difficulties. Cruz and Fialko thus made certain Priscilla was a signature on her accounts they created for her. So they sorted that out so she could sign for her own money. On another occasion, Fialko paid thousands of dollars for a flight that Priscilla took to Memphis, for which he was not paid for. At Priscilla's insistence, she flew by private. Yeah, I've heard about this. Yeah. So she wants to live in luxury, guys, and fly first class. So, yeah, you're right. You like the old Elvis, guys? Yeah, I think Tony got me this. Yoo-hoo. I don't. I have no idea what tax stars pay. Let's just check your right. So I think the signal's going a bit in and out, guys. I'm not sure how well you guys are getting it. Let me move the router out. I think the router's been pushed back too far. Aurora. No, you can't push the router right into the corner. It gives a bad signal. Touch screen. Yeah, I'll put it here. Okay. All right then, guys, I'm back. Right. So that was one of the pages. Let's go to the next page. I only did a couple of the pages. However, Priscilla deceived Cruz and Fialko by failing to disclose to them prior signing the operating agreements. Priscilla had already sold her rights to the names Presley and Graceland. So this is a big thing here, guys. This is why I took a picture of this. In 2005, she sold the rights to the name Presley and the name Graceland. So she was given a very large amount of money. I'm pretty sure it was 6.5 million. She didn't, the ABG group, so Robert Silliman, did not have to give her that money. It was more of a, thank you for helping us payment. Yeah. And I really do believe that Priscilla is the reason 85% of Graceland, of Elvis Presley Enterprises was sold. Honestly, guys, I really believe that. I just want to get your comments on my phone so I can read them as I go along. Yeah. So, there is some serious wrongdoing, 100%. Now, Bridget has sent me the 62 pages, but I will say this. How can I see it? Okay, right. So someone's just messaged me. Okay, right. Sorry, guys. Let's get your things up. Here we go. Right, let's just get you up, guys. So in case you just joined us, we've done a lot of lives today, a lot of videos today. This is our 7th video, so a big day for me. Massive for me, because when it's so blatant like this, when you get obviously a high-profile person like Bridget Cruz saying Priscilla helped end the life of Lisa, prevent her life from being resuscitated. It's big news. Yeah. Now, obviously, it's not proof. Bridget hasn't given us proof that it did happen. It's her word in her lawsuit. She's included it in her lawsuit. But it's for me, it's a big deal. Especially, it's gone around the world in all of the different press releases. I haven't seen it on mainstream news yet. Has anybody seen it on mainstream news yet? Like, I'm on about on actual TV news. Has anyone seen that yet, guys? Yeah, I know the signal's a bit iffy, guys. I know. There's not much I can do about it. Hi, Jen. Hope you're well. So, has anyone seen it on TV yet? Because I haven't seen it on TV. Yeah. And I've been looking as well. So, look, the money, the amounts of money that have been used and wasted is horrendous. You can't believe what you'd spend so much on and many years and be broke up. Yeah. It doesn't add up, does it? It doesn't make sense. Yeah, no, yeah, I know it's all over Facebook. I was hoping it was going to be on TV news, because they tend to do their research, don't they? They won't cover something unless they're pretty sure. So this is why, to me, this still is hearsay. This is still speculation. This is still Bridget Cruz using it to get a reaction in the lawsuit, to get Priscilla to react, maybe to get Priscilla to back off, maybe to get Priscilla to settle. Yeah. This could be just a knee-jerk reaction to... You get it? They're shooting torpedoes at each other in these two lawsuits. So I'm not at a place yet where I think, yeah, this is true. I'm not there yet. I'm not like, yeah, Priscilla prevented her from being resuscitated. You know, the DNR, do not resuscitate, alternate or unplugging is how the press are wording it, which I think is a bit cruel. But not one thing has made me think it's true yet. Not one thing. I do agree that Priscilla has wasted an absolute fortune over the years. Absolutely wasted it. Yeah, there we are. Christy, she could just be playing dirty. Yeah, I think that's a fair comment. Christy? No, not at all. No, I don't think it's got anything to do with the book. I think this is to do with the lawsuits. But Bridget Cruz does say she helped. It does say in there, she helped Priscilla. It was her idea. Listen to this, guys. This is going to be a bit shocking for you. It was Bridget Cruz's idea to do the book. Bridget Cruz suggested doing the book Softly as I Leave You. See, so obviously Bridget Cruz has sent me 62 pages. I've read a lot of it. I spent a good hour and a half reading it, maybe longer. The thing that stood out to me is that Bridget Cruz did help Priscilla a lot on everything, including things that I think are not good for Lisa. Not that Elvis wouldn't have liked, Riley wouldn't have liked. Yeah. So to me, it very much does seem to me that because they fell out over money, so because Priscilla changed her mind about the contracts, that Bridget is hurting. Yeah. Well, I'm not getting my money anymore. So she wants more money, because let's face it, the lawsuit is all about money. Isn't it? It's all about the money. Money, 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 money. Yeah. As soon as the money stops coming in, then the claws come out. it becomes a very horrible lawsuit. Yeah. No offense. I'm sorry, Bridget, because you won't like what I'm saying. But ultimately, once the money stopped, then you want money. You want her to carry on giving you money. She's not going to carry on giving you money. So now this lawsuit has become very ugly. Loads of quite horrendous allegations. I don't know if they're true or not. We don't know if they're true, do we? So, it's very extreme to say that Priscilla didn't want Lisa resuscitated, the DNR, the do not resuscitate. We'd have to prove it. We'd have to break down all the evidence to see if that happened. Don't forget, there's been some unusual things said, Elvis's secret grandchild. We've never proved it, have we? It's never been proved. Is that the alleged John Travolta and Kelly Preston's secret could be Elvis's grandchild? It's just, I just think, I'm trying to be respectful to Bridget Cruz, but at the same time, when I read all the different ways that Bridget helped Priscilla, I'm concerned. Like what a very large part of the Bridget Cruz lawsuit, because I've read a lot of it, yeah. A very large part of it is how Priscilla has gone back on what she signed for. So you've got all these contracts and agreements. Half of the lawsuit is saying she owes me this, she owes me that, she owes me this, she owes me that. Yeah, she stitched me up, basically. So a lot of the lawsuit is you should have given me money, but you didn't. Yeah, in my wording in the UK, but in the lawsuit, it's very complicated. So if we're going to cut a long story short, I helped you get lots of money and get you out of trouble. You said you were going to give me lots of money and now you don't want to. So now I don't like you. So I'm going to make all these accusations in a lawsuit and make you look bad and discredit you and humiliate you to the world because you mistreated me. That's how I read it. I don't read this crystal clear thing that Priscilla wanted to kill her daughter. Get it? We have to be sensible, don't we? We have to be sensible. Does anyone really think that Priscilla's going to go to jail for killing her daughter? Does anyone really think that? It's very unlikely, isn't it, guys? Yeah. So then when something seems a bit bizarre, a bit nuts, then you start looking at the lawsuit and going, right, they're arguing. They're arguing over money. Yeah. So it's very hard for me to not see that. Yeah. But I also feel sorry for Bridget because going up against a Goliath like Priscilla is going to be tough. Is tough. She's not doing well. She's losing. Yeah. So now I'm not going to say that I'm not going to say there's no truth. I'm just going to say we have no evidence. Yeah. So which nail are you talking about, Christy? There's a lot of nails. I am looking at the comments, but they're going 1,000 miles an hour. He ain't looking at the comments. Come on, Jane. Give me a chance, mate. Da, 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 da. Ba, 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 ba. So I'm just don't forget, I don't always read the comments, guys. Yeah, so Louis, if NBC is covering it, then maybe, yeah, but they're not. That's the thing, Pat, they're not. I know that Larry said it, but they're not. Where is it? I've looked for it. I can't see it. He did say it was on a live comment, but nah, not yet, guys. Now, if they do start showing these accusations on mainstream news, then I will find it and I'll play it. Yeah. Hi, Emma. Hope you're well. I forgot, but whatever you said, you were right. Yeah, I am. Hi, Larry. Have you found me that news clip yet, mate? So did Cheryl give a comment? Let's have a look. Let me scroll back. Look, the comments are going very fast. Very fast. Yeah. Yeah, it's in the New York Post. Yeah. Okay. I know that. I've seen all the different newspapers that it's in, but is there any TV? Are there any TV things? I've seen about 20 different posts, but has anyone seen it on TV? That's the question. Right, let me just quickly look, guys, I know that a lot of you want it to be true. You all hate Priscilla, you want it to be true, yeah? But if it ain't true, it ain't true, whether you like it or not. It doesn't matter how much you hate Priscilla. If it ain't true, it ain't true. Yeah? So we want evidence. We want evidence. Right. Approximately 6.5 million, which she had already spent by 2022, and the size of this multi-million pound payout, the largest of Priscilla's lifetime. Priscilla later told Cruz and Fialco that she simply forgot about it, which, you know. So basically, Bridget Cruz is saying, you sold me something that you had already sold. Yeah? So she sold it in 2005 to ABG. And she sold two things: the name Presley, which really wasn't hers because she was divorced, and the name Graceland. Yeah. So she had the power to sell the name Gracelands because she was acting on behalf of Lisa Marie. Yeah. So she got 6.5 million, the highest payment she ever received. Sounds to me like she spent it. And let's have a look. Shortly after signing the operating agreement of Priscilla Presley Partners and its sub-licensees, Priscilla asked the other members, Cruz and Fialco, to help her resolve a dispute with Riley Q, obviously Lisa's daughter, and the Promenade Trust. Priscilla also asked Cruz and Fialco to assist her with a threatened suit from ABG, which threatened to sue Priscilla for breach of their prior name, image, and likeness agreement. The dispute with Riley Q and the Promenade Trust was consuming all of Priscilla's time and attention, and while the lawsuit was with ABG, threatened the company's ability to exploit Priscilla's name, image, and likeness. Cruz and Fialco thus worked tirelessly to resolve both disputes so that Priscilla could focus her efforts on assisting the company's exploitation of name, image, and likeness. So what I read in one part of this, where is it? Priscilla asked the other members, Cruz and Fialco, to help her resolve a dispute with Riley Q. Yeah. So I'm guessing that is her disagreeing with the amendments to the trust after Lisa died. Yeah. So Lisa Marie made amendments to the trust, I think, in 2016, removing Priscilla, putting Benjamin, Riley, Finley, and Harper as the executors. Yeah. Is it the trust and the insurance policy? And so there's a dispute with, obviously, Riley now is acting on behalf of her mum, Lisa, and Finley and Harper, and for, you know, and then so Priscilla is asking for help from Bridget Cruz and her husband, Fialco. This takes hundreds of hours of work to help her, and she's basically saying they got nothing for it. They got nothing for it. Yeah. So let's just go back to your comments, guys. Yeah, but Pat, is it a news clip? Because I don't want to. I'm not going to read out any more news. Is it a TV clip? Because I have read loads and loads of news clips. If anyone's got a TV clip, please send it me. So it hasn't come through. So who was it that sent me it? Sorry, guys. I just saw you put that up. Let's have a look. Yeah, we definitely need proof. Let me have a look. I just sent you. Yeah. So as I just said, the NBC thing. I don't want any more news clips. I want TV clips, an actual TV clip. That's what I want. Priscilla made the decision to turn Lisa's life support off. MT, oh yeah, that's what we're discussing. Yeah. Rolling Stone, ABC, Memphis, no TV as yet. That's what we want, the TV ones, guys. Anyone, because what they're doing, you get this news release, don't you? This press release. They're discussing the Bridget Cruz announcement of the lawsuit that allegedly she unplugged Lisa Marie, which is a horrible way of putting it. God rest her soul, we miss her. And what happens is it goes around all the news outlets all around the world and they all repeat the same story. I don't want any more of that. I want a TV news article, someone talking on TV. Then it's becoming serious. If you see it on CNN, yes, ABC, and Sky News in England, then it will be taken seriously. Until then, it's just hearsay in a lawsuit. Lawsuits are not evidence. What goes in a law? Anyone can do a lawsuit. I could do a lawsuit on milkshake. Let's do a lawsuit on milkshake, and we can sue someone and say that it should have been green, not pink. Yeah, it's a lawsuit. It's not evidence. It's only when the judge says, "Okay, prove it." When the judge asks for evidence, then it gets more serious. You see, guys? So Bridget Cruz can say whatever she wants. Doesn't make it fact. Oh, I'm sure someone is scrambling to keep it off the news. Yeah, these things happen, don't they, Deborah? These kind of things do happen. But you know what? I will say this: why would the news companies care what Priscilla thinks? You know, Priscilla isn't important, is she? So why would the news companies want to keep it off the news? Why? She's not the queen, yeah? She's just Elvis's ex-wife. Well, Pat, you say that, but Pat, come on. You don't want it to be true if it isn't true. Pat, I know you don't like Priscilla, yeah? I would say you probably hate her. We still want truth, don't we? We still want, if it's true, okay, let's say so. But if it's not true, even if you don't like Priscilla, it's not true. Yeah? We have to separate how we feel. This isn't about the fact we hate Priscilla. This is about what's true. I don't hate Priscilla, but some of you do, yeah? Let's have a look. Yeah, I've been keeping an eye on it as well, Karen. All right, bye, Jean. You take care, my love. Da, da, da. So at the moment, no one has a news clip. That's the truth. ABC Nightline at 1 a.m. Eastern Time, US mentioned the lawsuit when they uploaded the live broadcast. They admitted to story. They are famous for doing that with news articles. Yeah, no, I get it, Larry, but I'm looking for a news clip to play on here to Team Elvis. That's what I want. Yeah, I don't hate Priscilla. I don't hate Priscilla. I think she's made a lot of mistakes. She's done a lot of wrongdoing. MT, you probably haven't done much research, but I would say most of this book is a lie. Most of this book is not true. Many people don't realize Priscilla was unfaithful to Elvis many times. Many people don't realize Priscilla ripped Elvis off financially. Yeah. So, you know, you're very young, MT, so you have to do research to understand it. Yeah. So everything I say is for entertainment purposes only, not a fact, just an opinion sharing discussion YouTube channel. That's what we are. Yeah, so yeah, I've read the TMZ thing. Hi, chilling in Canada. How are you? Right. So right, let's get another page up. See, I think we read that one. Let's have a look. So despite efforts, Priscilla so basically there was a negotiation with Riley and Bridget Cruz and Priscilla. I don't know where they get the 2.4 million settlement, because I thought it was different than that, but let's go with it. 2.4 million with Promenade Trust. Priscilla never compensated any of the entities for the work despite the favourable resolution of these issues. She's not only refused to assist the company in exploiting her name, image and likeness, but also immediately began breaching her agreements with the companies to exploit her name, image and likeness for her own account. So basically they helped her get this settlement and Priscilla never paid them. Yeah, I think that's what that is. Let's have a look at this one as well, guys. So defendant Presley specially failed to ever mention that she had previously entered into a purchase sale agreement with Elvis Presley Enterprises for the right to exploit her name, image and likeness in exchange for a payment of 6.5 million. So this bit is basically saying Priscilla had already sold the name Presley. She had already sold it. So then years later, when Bridget Cruz does a deal with her and buys the name Presley, yeah, name, image and likeness, Priscilla sells Bridget something that she doesn't own anymore. Yeah. So this is part of the lawsuit. It's part of a claim. Here we are. First claim for relief, a cause of action. Yeah. So she sold her something that she didn't own. So this is why it's in the lawsuit. Failure to disclose that she previously sold her last name to EPE were false and were made recklessly without regard for the truth. Cruz and Fiocco are informed and believe that the defendant made these representations to induce Cruz and Fiocco to invest money into a defendant Presley brand, rescuing Presley from financial ruin. Now, again, guys, they all, Bridget Cruz and her husband Fialco, they were very wealthy people. Yeah, they maybe not so wealthy now, but at the time they were very wealthy. They were very successful in their GWS auction company. Look it up. Go to Google, type in GWS auctions. It all comes up. They're a massive auction company. They sell things that cost millions. Yeah, houses, cars, everything. Yeah, and much, much more. Yeah, they even represented certain royal families as well. So they're big. Yeah. So when this opportunity came along to manage Priscilla Presley, yeah, they jumped at it and they invested a lot of money into the Priscilla Presley brand. Yeah, name, image, likeness. Yeah. So I would say that they're probably in it up to their necks with money that has gone into Priscilla. So they really feel that Priscilla took advantage of them and had a lot of their money. Yeah. They invested a lot of their money into Priscilla. They feel that Priscilla has completely ripped them off, ghosted them, wasted their money, wasted their time, and they just, for them, this is a mess. They feel completely ripped off, and I get that. I get that because their attitude is that they just try to help her because she was in trouble. Yeah. So then part of the lawsuit, because I've read quite a lot of it. Yeah, guys. And part of the lawsuit is just sort of saying, we came along, we helped you, and then you ran away. That's really what they're saying. We helped you, you ran away. Now you don't want us to be your friend anymore. Sounds a bit silly, but that's the truth of it. Right, let's read some of your comments. I must admit, I was always confused why she sold rights to using the Presley name, but got away with using it again. Yeah, it's true. I agree. I agree with that, Emma. She shouldn't be using it, really. She's got away with murder. Oh, I don't want to say that. She's been taking advantage of the name Priscilla for her whole life. Let's face it. Ah, Christy, did you say you just saw something on NBC News? Christy, can you send it me? No, I don't want a clip. I want a TV. I want an anchor man saying it on TV. Come on, no more clips. We want footage. TV footage. So, come on, does anyone have any TV footage? You're all sending me the same stuff I've read 10 times. Thanks for sending it me, but I've read that 10 times today. Yeah. Come on. TV footage. TV footage. We want news footage. Let's just go back on your comments, guys. Okay, right. So yeah, thanks, Larry. If you see it, send it me. Yeah, MT, you got to really understand where we're coming from. Remember, we're called Defending Elvis. A lot of research has happened. Priscilla isn't the icon that everyone thinks that she is. There's a bit of a fake fairy tale going on, yeah. But it does take some research to understand it. It took all of us a while to understand the wrongdoing of Priscilla, but I don't hate her. I don't hate Priscilla. She's made a lot of very serious mistakes. We're very unhappy with Priscilla. Yeah, no hate. Elvis, let me get my Elvis sign. Elvis would not want me to be hateful. He would want me to be kind. Okay, guys? That is why it's important to me. We must do things the right way. Very, very important. There we go. Let's get Elvis back in the mix. I just don't get notifications to get to see you'll be returning to hi Martha. Yeah, the notifications don't work, Martha. They don't work. They haven't worked for about a year. It's just the way it is. Right, I just want to go on the Facebook page because I did post a few things on there. Hi Elvis and friends. So let's see if we can get Facebook up. Let's get it up. Oh, isn't that a lovely picture of Lisa? Look at that, guys. Oh. Ooh, why is that just jumped up for? You see that? That's better. We want to see lovely Lisa. Oh, she's so beautiful. Absolutely stunning. Absolutely stunning. Beautiful. What's the next one? Ah, good old Elvis. I don't even know what site I'm on. There we go. Can you see this? There we go. Elvis with a bit of stubble. I got a bit of stubble tonight, mate. Yeah, man. Ah, there we go. Let's look at for the ladies. Come on, ladies. You can have a look at that for a bit. Do do do. Yes, yeah, so Elvis and friends. I've tried to find your channel. I can't find it. What you could do is post it onto our Defending Elvis Facebook page. Oh, I just found one. Oh, I think I found it. I've just subscribed to you. Elvis and Friends, you've now have 42 subscribers. Well done. Guys, I've just subscribed to Elvis and Friends. I'll say hello. I'm going to say hello to you, okay? Oh no, that's a live. Sorry, let's get to this one. I've just said hello to you. Hi. Hi from Louis. Oh, I'm on my keto channel. I've just said hello to you on my keto channel. So yeah, she's on there, guys. Let me just see if I can see Elvis and Friends. Thing is, you can't see it, can you? Well, hello there. I'm doing fine. It's been a long time. Come on, Elvis and Friends, sing it to me. How you doing? Did you find the writing clip? The writing clip. Christy, what do you mean? Yeah, the writing clip I found. Yeah, Christy, but I don't want that. I want a TV news clip. Right, it was on NBC here today on television. Right, so one of our researchers have just said to me it was on television. So can you send me that clip? I want to find the clip. Can you send me the clip? So one of our researchers said she saw it on the clip. There we are. Elvis and Friends just like my comment. I agree. MT, I'm with you 100%. Elvis would not want us to be helpful. You're very mature. Well done. Right. So one of our researchers has sent me the clip. Oh, what's this? Is this going to be it? Hang on.
She likely died from a weight loss surgery complication. The LA County Medical Examiner saying she suffered from a small bowel obstruction that likely developed after she underwent bariatric surgery years ago. Presley had been complaining of abdominal pain on the morning of her death, according to the Operation and Mental Health. Graceland, alongside her son Benjamin, legendary father, died in...
Yeah, no, that's just an old clip. We don't want an old clip. We want a new clip. Right. Okay, sorry guys, I'm being distracted. Okay, right. What we sorry, I'm being distracted now, aren't I, guys? Right. Okay. Ah, there we are. Right. I wanted to show you, if it lets me. Where are we? A couple of clips I found. So what I've been doing, I have been looking for anything that talks about this Bridget Cruz situation. And I did post a few things on our Defending Elvis Facebook page. Please join the Defending Elvis Facebook page. Please also join the chat. You just click the chat button. We got nearly 11,000 members now. 10,800 we're on our Defending Elvis Facebook page. So let me see. So obviously there's lots of news articles. Look, quite a few comments discussing it. I did accept Jane's post. Right. What is this? Let me just check that you can see what I can see, guys. Okay. So what I did, anything I found, I put it on. Let's just have a little listen to this one. I don't think it says much. I think it's more of a write-up. Priscilla Presley is being sued for allegedly pulling the plug on her daughter, Lisa Marie, just hours after she was hospitalized so she could take control of Elvis's estate and Graceland. She denies it, but the lawsuit is wild. When your daughter says she's not feeling well and you hear estate transfer instead. Ooh. Priscilla Presley accused of pulling the plug on her own daughter for a shot at Grace's. I mean, Priscilla's having a bad day. Priscilla's having a bad day, guys. Okay, so that was one that I saw. I mean, obviously we got all of my different little clips. What else can we find? Let's have a look, guys. Obviously, Amy and Rhonda are at Elvis Week. They have been actually. Amy has been messaging me, and I could hear Rhonda in the background. I know a lot of you fans are fans of Rhonda, aren't you, guys? Let's see, okay, right. So the next thing one more little test. I'm gonna go on YouTube. Hang on a minute, guys, and I'm gonna just put Priscilla Presley pulls the plug and see what comes up. So at the moment it's my stuff. Let me just see what you can see. That's a really hard question. What was the question? Louis, do me a favor for 13 Memphis News Channel. What do you, Andrew, what do you want me to do? I don't understand. Do me a favor, Fox 13 Memphis News. What about it? Explain, what do you want me to do? Do you want me to Google it? Let's have a look. So let me just see where we are. Let's see. So I've already clicked on a couple of these. Let's have a look. So that was one. We've just played that one. What's this one? Priscilla Presley hits the lawsuit claiming she pulled the plug. Is there another one? So, you know, it's all these little shorts, isn't there? What's this?
In the bedroom with Elvis.
I'm not going to listen to Suzanne Finstad. Right, anything else? Let's have a look, see if anything else has come up. Oh, here we go. This is a new one.
Priscilla Presley's legal team heading back against a vicious lawsuit surrounding daughter Lisa Marie, 2 years after her and Elvis Presley's only child died suddenly at 54 years old. In a statement to People, Priscilla's attorney called the filing, quote, one of the most shameful, ridiculous, salacious, and meritless lawsuits I have ever seen. That lawsuit alleging Priscilla was scheming amid Lisa Marie's health battle, saying she ignored Lisa Marie's concerning appearance at the 2023 Golden
So we found one, guys.
Globes, then, quote, pulled the plug days later after her daughter suffered cardiac arrest. All this the lawsuit claims so Priscilla could attempt to take over Lisa Marie's assets.
So does anyone know who this is? Let's have a look. It's E News. E News. I'm subscribed. I'll give it a like. Does anyone know who E News are, though? Is that a YouTube thing? So a lawyer for Priscilla Presley slammed vicious lawsuit brought against the former wife of Elvis Presley, which alleges she ignored health concerns surrounding her daughter, Lisa Marie. Okay. So I think this is a YouTube news channel, but okay.
including her control over the Graceland Empire. Priscilla now facing a $50 million civil suit, with former business partners alleging she defrauded them in the wake of Lisa Marie's death. But Priscilla's attorneys said it's a retaliatory move following Priscilla's previously filed lawsuit against them. Her attorney calling this latest lawsuit in part nothing more than a sad and vicious attempt to falsely tarnish the reputation of an 80-year-old woman.
So a retaliatory thing. And so this is what we have to be careful about, guys. Because that could be true. Things aren't going well for Bridget Cruz and the lawsuit with her associates and her husband, Fialco. So this could be like, right, let's have a go at Priscilla publicly. Yeah, let's cause a mess. Because obviously the whole world, a lot of the news outlets are pushing this. So this is doing serious damage to Priscilla's reputation and image, even though she's shot herself in the foot by just going against Lisa Marie's wishes after she died, hasn't she? Yeah. So I think Priscilla's been shooting herself in the foot for about 3 years. But okay, we found one, but it's on YouTube.
E! News has reached out to Priscilla's attorneys for comment, but has not yet heard back.
So I did read the lawyer's comment, Priscilla's lawyer. Is it Marty something? I did read it. It basically says that the whole thing is bullshit. That's what it basically said. Let's see what can we find anything else, guys? Have I just played that? Let's play this one. Have we just played this one or not? Let me have a look a minute, guys.
Priscilla Presley, 80, is accused of withdrawing medical care from her daughter Lisa Marie Presley before her death, according to a lawsuit. On August 11th, former business partners Bridget Cruz and Kevin Fialco filed a lawsuit in Los Angeles County Superior Court alleging that Priscilla pulled the plug within hours of Lisa being admitted to the hospital following a cardiac arrest in January 2023. Lisa, who was 54 at the time of her death, was the only child of music legend Elvis Presley. She was a mother to...
So let's just see who this I'm guessing this is a YouTube. So it's called Good Vibes News. Yeah, so it's a YouTube. So we're still looking for a proper one.
4 children, including Benjamin, who passed away in 2020. The plaintiffs claim that Priscilla ignored Lisa's clear directive to prolong her life, allegedly to regain control of Elvis's estate. According to documents viewed by the Mirror US, Priscilla reportedly knew that Lisa was in the process of taking steps to remove her as the sole trustee of Lisa's irrevocable life insurance trust. The lawsuit also alleges that Priscilla insisted Brigitte issue a statement to the media immediately after Lisa's death so that...
So it's coming out on the stations now. 2 hours ago, it was written up on NBC. Now it's on entertainment television. And then it's probably going to be on the stations. Stay tuned. Okay, thanks, Christy. I'll check all that tomorrow.
That she could control the narrative. In this explosive lawsuit, Brigitte and Kevin are seeking...
Okay, let's see what else we can find, guys. We're having a little flip. So we're coming to an end now anyway, guys. We've been on for quite a while. Who's that guy with the Elvis t-shirt on? Who was that man? I'd like to shake his hand. Right. Anyone else? Yeah. I think that's it. What do you reckon, guys? So, okay. Did Andrew say Fox 13 News Memphis? Let's have a look. Nope, that ain't working. Consent. Live. Andrew, it doesn't seem to be working. Let's have a look. Right, so it is all over the news in Memphis. Okay. That ain't working, is it? So it doesn't seem to be working, mate. There's a YouTube bit. Right, let's try that. So live. What happens when we go live? No. Right, it's not on the live bit. Let's go to see if it's on the video bit. Yeah, can't see any Priscilla mug shots on there. No. Okay, guys, I think I'm going to call it a day. We've been on for well over an hour. There's over 50 of you watching. So is there anything anyone would like to say before I go? I'm very interested to know, is this going to go like on all the TV networks? Because if it does, things are going to get shaky. Things are going to stir up. So should we do a vote? There's 50 people there's over 50 of you watching. Yeah, guys. How many of you think it's true? How many of you, honestly, be honest. How many of you think Priscilla did pull the plug? Come on, guys. How many of you believe Bridget Cruz? There's 50 of you watching. Come on. Christy, I take it you don't believe it, yeah? Yeah, the fact it comes out on Elvis Week is interesting. Come on, guys, 50 people watching. How many of you believe it? Kathy is a yes. Elvis and Friends is a no. Pat wants to wait and see. 1C Pascal, I wouldn't put it past her. I do, with no doubt. Pat, come on, Pat. I know you're going to say that. It's okay, Pat. We understand. So, Christy, it's bullshit. GB, I do. So, GB believes it. Hi, GB. Hope you're well. Come on, any more? Let's get more people. Okay, MT says not sure. Need to do some more research. Great answer. So Scott, need more information. I'm there. I'm with Scott. We need more information. That's where I am. Yeah. Agree. Let's have a look. What did Martha say? Did I miss Martha's comment? Can't get over how it all... Oh yeah, I see what you mean. Yeah, because it all came out on Elvis Week. So Kathy lives an hour from Graceland. So Kathy, is it on the news where you are? If I see some proof until I don't know. So Karen wants more proof. More proof from Jane. That's very good of you, Jane. I just don't know who to believe. They both seem shady to me. And that's what Deborah was saying to me today. Deborah Diggs. I don't know if Deborah's on. Deborah, are you on? She was saying to me she doesn't trust either of them. So Jen is leaning towards a yes. Nat TV, who's also a YouTube channel, by the way. So please subscribe to Nat TV. Part of it is true. I can't prove that she unplugged Lisa because it is determined by a doctor, not her. The rest, I believe. Okay? I think Nat TV covered this yesterday, didn't you? Nat TV covered this topic yesterday because I saw a clip of it. They can't prove I meant, can't really trust either of them. Yeah, I think that is. I think if I said to you guys, who trusts Bridget Cruz, what would you answer? One more question. Who trusts Bridget Cruz? So Heather says they're both going to sling mud, so I'll wait and see what else comes out. I've no doubt there's more. I like that answer. Heather, I like that answer. I like that answer. They're both slinging mud. That's how I see it, Heather. They're both slinging mud at each other. I find it interesting that all of it came out during Elvis week. Yeah, I think that's true. I think it's almost like the decision was made to do it during Elvis week. The thing Bridget says about Priscilla sounds like it could be true. Okay, thanks, GB. I asked, okay, Nat TV. No, I watched some of it. You had a few technical difficulties at the beginning, but you got it sorted in the end. See, I do watch other people. You never know when Louis is watching. Big Brother is watching. Yeah, so not entirely. Yeah, MT, you're off, are you? Silver's off. In two minds, to be honest, feel more for Lisa. Yeah, I understand that. I understand that. We're all gutted for Lisa, aren't we? Okay, guys, I always love it when you subscribe to each other's channels. I think it's great. So Elvis and Friends is obviously a new channel. I'm going to check out Elvis and Friends, and you must check out Nat TV and Just a Girl Who Loves Elvis. Of course, we subscribe to her channel as well. I understand, Heather. I understand that comment. Okay, guys, time to go to bed. What a day. What a day. I would say, oh, thank you, Martha. I would say this is the biggest day, news-wise, that Defending Elvis has ever had since it started nearly a year and a half ago. Yeah. Today was history. Today was a big deal. Yeah. I won't forget today for a long time because we run Defending Elvis. Yeah, you got it, Nat TV. We run Defending Elvis. We're always pushing to get the truth out there. And it just seems that today, finally, we're getting somewhere. We're getting somewhere. It does come up, Karen. You keep looking, it will come up. It will come up. But Elvis and Friends, post it on the Facebook page. Post on Defending Elvis Facebook page so that everyone can find it. Yeah. Unfortunately, I'm camping on that day. So the day after tomorrow, I'm camping. So I'm not sure what the signal is going to be like at the campsite. So hopefully there'll be some signal. If not, I'll go for a walk and I'll find some signal. So I'm hoping to still do some videos. You know me, when I'm on holiday, guys, I still do videos. I still do live streams even when I'm on holiday. And next week, I'm going to Spain. Next week, we're all going to Spain, guys. All of us. Team Elvis are off to Spain next week. So the day after tomorrow, we're going camping for 2 days. Carry on camping, yeah? We love Carry On Camping. Sid James. And then next Friday, we are off to Spain for a week. What, for 5 days? For 5 days. Okay. And I'm taking you with me. Thanks, Emma. Take care, guys. Love you all. You're the best. We've been on over an hour. Didn't that go quick? We've been on over an hour. It felt like 10 minutes.